Tubman, Follow the North Star, from Easy Reader Biographies, by Violet Findley, illustrated by Marcy Ramsey. Harriet Tubman stood just 5 feet tall. She could not read or write. Even so, she helped hundreds of African Americans lead lives of freedom. Let's learn about this amazing woman. Harriet Tubman was born around 1820 in Maryland. In those days, some people in the South had slaves. Harriet was a slave. So were her parents, brothers, and sisters. Slaves were owned by white masters. They had to cook, work on farms, and do whatever their masters said. Slaves were not paid. They could also be sold away from their families at any time. Little Harriet and her family lived in a log cabin with a dirt floor. Their tiny home was on the land of their master's big farm. Harriet never went to school. Instead, she worked like a grown-up. She cared for a white family's baby and cleaned their house. Later, she worked in the fields, carried water, and chopped wood. One morning, a slave ran away. A white man threw a heavy object at the slave to stop him. Harriet was in the way, and it hit her in the head. She was badly hurt and became very sick. Harriet's mom nursed her back to health, but Harriet was left with a huge scar on her head. The experience made Harriet decide that someday she would run away too. That day came in 1849. As the sky grew dark, no one saw Harriet sneak into the woods. She headed to the northern states, where there was no slavery. The Underground Railroad helped Harriet along the way. This was not a railroad with trains. It was a way that slaves ran away to freedom. People secretly hid the slaves, gave them food, and told them which way to go. The trip was long, cold, and dangerous. The woods were very scary, but brave Harriet made it all the way to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Harriet had finally reached the North. She was free. At last, nobody owned her. Nobody could tell her what to do. Harriet got a job in a hotel. She used the money she made to help other slaves run away. During her life, she made many trips down south. She led more than 300 people to freedom in the North. Slave owners offered a lot of money to capture Harriet, but she never got caught. "I was a conductor on the Underground Railroad for 8 years, she said, and I never lost a passenger. Harriet fought slavery in other ways, too. During the Civil War, she helped the North by spying on the South. She also worked as a nurse. In 1865, Harriet's biggest dream came true. Slavery had ended. Harriet died at the age of 93. But her heroic spirit still burns as bright as the North Star. That was Harriet Tubman, Follow the North Star, from Easy Reader Biographies, by Violet Findley and Marcy Ramsey. And this is EDU Kidspace. Subscribe for more stories, books, and lessons, and if there's something in particular you'd like to learn about, leave us a message in the comments.